after my first influencer expose, the support was unreal. Thousands of you lit up the comments calling out the same shady influencer behavior I did. And then the influencer Tail Happy TV himself decided to jump in. Not once, but twice. And what was he defending? Magician, one of the shadiest companies in this industry. My audience absolutely let him have it. But here's the thing, part one wasn't just about exposing problems. I also gave you 9 creators I actually trust. And today I'm updating that list to 12 and going deeper into exactly why these content creators have earned your trust. Now here's what really blew me away, the support this channel got after part one. The comment section turned into a wall of receipts from real writers, from you, who are just as tired of being misled as I am. So I want to tell you about one comment from Grither in the Woods. So he said, the most annoying thing for me when it comes to these reviewers is passing off a first impressions video as a review. I'm most interested in longevity. How long is a controller going to last? How is customer support? How easy is to fix when things inevitably break? Quality of parts, etc. If it's a first impressions kind of video, just be upfront about it. Thanks for everything you do. So my reaction and what I wrote back to him, I said exactly a 30-minute spin around town after an unboxing, riding the bike for the first time. I'm sorry, but it's not a review, especially when that so-called review is only focused on speed, or mainly on speed. Longevity, repairs, customer support, quality of parts, that's what riders actually care about. And then Grither in the Woods replied again. He said, and buying replacement parts can be a total nightmare. A lot of companies really jack up the cost for anything considered proprietary. Also, I keep noticing reviewers generally ignore the bike aspects. Many expensive e-bikes use the bottom of the barrel components. From my experience, such as low-end bike derailleurs, bottom brackets, etc., might make it only a year at best. Then my reply to him, spot on. These influencers never mention the real headache. Overpriced proprietary replacement parts that are a nightmare to get. And they skip over the bike part of the e-bike. I've seen $2,000 to $3,000 e-bikes shipped with cheap derailleurs, bottom brackets that barely last a year, cheap brakes, cheap suspensions, and let's not forget, most come with the lowest quality tires. Even on the more powerful models, that's not premium, that's cutting corners and selling hype. And this is why your voice matters. The support, the stories, the honesty in those comments, that's what keeps me pushing forward. So today, we're flipping to the positive side. This is my updated list of 12 trusted creators, and I'm breaking down exactly why they've earned my endorsement, complete with my BBB style grading. But before we dive in, let's roll the intro. Before we jump into the 12 trusted creators, I want to explain how I'm grading them. Because if I hold companies accountable, then I've got to hold influencers accountable too. I'm scoring them with 4 categories. 1, transparency. Are they upfront about their relationships with brands? Do they stay honest even when they've got an affiliate or a sponsorship? Or do they hold back the truth to keep companies happy? 2, consistency. Do they actually show up with content on a regular basis? Or do they disappear until the next freebie lands on their doorstep? Next, value. Do their videos teach you something that matters, like longevity, support, components? Or is it just another flashy unboxing with the same tire talking points? And then the same routes as they leave on their supposed review. And number 4, advocacy. Do they actually care about their riders? Do they challenge shady companies? Or do they just act like a marketing arm for whoever sends them a bike? Each creator gets a final grade just like a BBB score. These are creators I trust. Nobody's perfect, including me, but every single one of them has earned their place on this list. So with that grading in mind, let's jump onto our list of 12 trusted creators, starting with number 1, Electric Bike Report. Has been around for over 15 years, making them one of the pioneers in this entire space. Long before e-bikes went mainstream, they were already testing and publishing reviews. Their team covers everything: commuters, cargo, fat tire, folding, budget bikes, premium bikes, and they actually run real-world performance tests like range, braking, comfort, hills. They've reviewed nearly every major brand you can think of, from Electric and Aventon to Rad and Ride One Up, and their consistency has made them a trusted reference point across the industry. They only review Class 3 e-bikes, so legal e-bikes. Now, for transparency, I give them an A+. They're upfront about brand relationships and still point out flaws when they find them. Consistency, A+. Nobody has been as steady as Electric Bike Report. They've been showing up with reviews and guides year after year after year without dropping off. Value, A+. Their reviews go deeper than specs. They include the data that matters with real-world range, stopping distance, hill climbing, and practical comfort. For advocacy, they get an A. They're here for the consumer, helping riders find the right bike without chasing hype. They may not call out as shady brands as aggressively as I do, but their work consistently puts riders first. Final grade, A+, yay! Electric Bike Report is a foundational source, the gold standard of consistency and depth, and one of the first places I'd send anyone looking for honest information. Second trusted channel, electricbikereview.com. Founded by Court Rye, is one of the most respected and long-running resources in the e-bike world. They've been reviewing bikes for over a decade, building a massive library that covers every single style: commuters, cruisers, cargo, fat tire, premium, class 3 speed e-bikes, even niche categories like trikes. What makes them stand out is the structure of the reviews. Every bike gets consistent measurements, so standardized testing, ride footage, photos, and a breakdown of strengths and weaknesses. They've reviewed almost every major brand in the industry. And their site is a still go-to reference for riders doing serious research before buying. Heck, I use it for informational purposes. For transparency, they get an A+. They're clear about their testing process and lay out pros and cons. While they do use affiliate links on the site, they don't hide flaws or pretend every bike is perfect. For consistency, A+. With thousands of written reviews, videos, and years of history, few sources are as steady. For value, A+. Their reviews database is unmatched. Riders can compare models across years, brands, and categories, making it a research goldmine. For advocacy, they get an A. They do put customers first by highlighting issues and limitations. While their tone is more neutral than mine, the information they provide consistently protects riders from making bad decisions. Final grade, A+. Electricbikereview.com is a cornerstone resource. If you want a structured, reliable place to cross-check details, this is one of the strongest platforms in the e-bike industry. Creator number 3, Ebike Escape. They have been reviewing e-bikes since 2019, and in just a few years, they've grown into one of the most in-depth and trusted channels, in my opinion, on YouTube. What sets them apart is the level of detail they put into every video. Instead of a quick spin or surface impressions, they dive into the components, show real-world riding footage, and break down how a bike performs across multiple conditions. They've built a loyal audience by being thorough, organized, and relatable, covering everything from budget commuters to fat tire powerhouses, but also staying in the Class 3 range. For transparency, A+. Ebike Escape is clear and straightforward. They always talk about the negatives and downsides of every e-bike they review, not just the positives. When they affiliate, it's done openly without sugarcoating the flaws. For consistency, A+. New reviews keep coming regularly, and they've stayed active year after year with steady uploads. For value, A+. Their content teaches you exactly what you need to know, from features to ride experience to how a bike stacks up against the competition. It's not fluff, it's useful. For advocacy, an A. While their tone is a lot more measured than mine, they still prioritize riders by giving the information you need to make a smart purchase. Final grade, A+, of course. Ebike Escape sets the bar for modern e-bike review channels. In-depth, consistent, and trustworthy. This is a creator I'd recommend to anyone who wants a detailed second opinion beyond my own channel. And guys, so these last 3 creators that I've mentioned, I've met them in person in Arizona for electric events. They're all wonderful people. Next content creator, and now we're diving into the female side of things. There's like just so many far and few in between of us ladies, so I love that she's here. Miss Go Electric. She has been creating electrical vehicle content since around 2020. And she's built not just 1, but 2 respected channels. Her biggest channel focuses on EV cars, reviews, news, and industry updates. With her e-bike channel, she dives deep into the e-bikes themselves. That dual coverage gives her a unique perspective. She understands the electric vehicle industry as a whole and connects the dots between cars, bikes, and the future of mobility. Every time I've met her in person, it's been with genuine excitement and energy. And that same person carries over into her content. She also reviews mainly Class 3 e-bikes. I think they're all Class 3 e-bikes. For transparency, she gets an A+. She's straightforward about her opinions and doesn't dress up weaknesses as strengths. So she talks both about pros and cons. When there are flaws, she talks about them openly. For consistency, an A. She posts regularly across both channels, staying active and engaged with her audience. For value, A+. Her reviews are approachable yet detailed, and her ability to cover both electric vehicle cars and e-bikes means her audience gets a bigger picture of the whole industry. Advocacy, A+. Miss Go Electric clearly puts riders and drivers first. She's not afraid to call out what doesn't work, and she does it with a genuine care for her audience, safety, and money. Final grade, A+. Miss Go Electric is one of the strongest, most authentic voices in the electric vehicle space. Very knowledgeable, passionate, and real. She's exactly the type of creator we need more of in this industry. Next content creator, Tom's Gadget Garage, has been creating content since around 2020. And he's built a loyal following by keeping things honest and approachable. Very down-to-earth guy. His channel covers not only e-bikes, but also a wide range of electrical scooters and other personal electric vehicles. That broader scope makes his reviews especially valuable for people comparing two-wheeled options and figuring out what's right for their lifestyle. Tom's style is calm, straightforward, and always practical. He gives you the details without hype, making his content a trustworthy resource. For transparency, he gets an A+. Tom doesn't exaggerate or sugarcoat. When a product has flaws, he points them out clearly and directly. For consistency, he gets an A+. He's been posting steadily for years, keeping his audience updated with reviews across bikes and scooters. For value, A+. Again, by covering both e-bikes and e-scooters, Tom brings a broader perspective on the electric vehicle space. His reviews are packed with detail riders actually care about, from comfort to performance to long-term usability. For advocacy, A+, because Tom puts riders first. He's not afraid to say when something isn't worth your money, and he explains why in plain terms. Final grade, of course, an A+. Tom Gadget's Garage is one of the most honest and dependable voices in this space. Whether it's an e-bike or an e-scooter, his content helps people make smarter choices. Also, Tom only reviews e-bikes in the Class 3 scope. Next content creator, Berm Peak Express. This is the second channel of Seth Alvo, the creator behind the massively popular Berm Peak, formerly Seth's Bike Hacks. While his main channel focuses on mountain biking, Berm Peak Express is where he shares side projects, experiments, and yes, some e-bike content. Seth has been a trusted voice in the cycling community for over a decade, and his reputation for honesty, skill, and deep bike knowledge makes any e-bike review he touches worth paying attention to. Transparency, A+. Seth has built his brand on telling it like it is. I love it. If a bike or component doesn't meet his standards, he'll say it, no sugarcoating. Consistency, B+. Because Berm Peak Express isn't solely focused on e-bikes, reviews in this category come less frequently. But when they do appear, they're detailed and worth the wait. For value, A. His cycling expertise gives him an edge. He notices details about geometry, handling, and components that many e-bike only reviewers might overlook. For advocacy, I'll give him an A. Seth isn't tied to pushing products. He's focused on what works for riders. His massive background in cycling translates to credible advice in the e-bike world. Final grade, A. Berm Peak Express isn't your everyday e-bike channel, but when Seth reviews one, it comes with a level of knowledge and credibility that's rare in this space. Next content creator and another female in this space. Yay, that's doing things right. E-Biking Today. Okay, so E-Biking Today is hosted by Yvonne, a creator who focuses on helping beginners, seniors, and everyday riders understand e-bikes. She primarily reviews Class 3 e-bikes, commuter, hybrid, and step-through models designed for daily practicality and accessibility. Alongside reviews, her channel features buyer guides, safety tips, and simple breakdowns of e-bike basics. She's carved out a niche by making her content welcoming and easy to follow, especially for older riders who might feel overwhelmed by technical jargon or turned off by hype. Transparency, A. Yvonne is clear and straightforward in her explanations. She doesn't hype, she educates. For consistency, she gets an A-. She does post steadily, though not at the volume of some larger channels. Still, her content is reliable and useful. For value, A+. E-biking today fills a gap that many bigger bike channels ignore, explaining the basics, breaking down concepts simply, and empowering riders who aren't tech savvy. For beginners and seniors, her channel is invaluable. For advocacy, A. She's committed to helping viewers make smart, safe choices and avoid confusion. Her tone is supportive, not salesy. She also does some e-bike laws and regulations and some other educational topics very useful in this industry. Final grade, A. E-biking today is an essential resource for new riders. Welcoming, practical, and trustworthy, Yvonne brings a voice to the table that the e-bike space badly needs. Next content creator, Electric Bike Journal. It's a polished, media-style channel that covers a wide range of e-bikes, often with high production value and professional presentation. Their reviews span from commuters and city bikes to fat tires and performance models, giving a broad view of the industry. Unlike personality-driven creators, EBJ for short, has more of a publication feel with clean visuals, clear narration, and structured breakdowns. That makes it a great channel for viewers who want information delivered in a straightforward, professional format without personality overshadowing the review. For transparency, I give them an A. Electric Bike Journal presents information cleanly without hype or salesy tactics. The reviews come across as balanced and fair. For consistency, I give them an A+ because they don't post as regularly, but their content library continues to grow across a wide spectrum of e-bikes. For value, I give them an A. The professional production quality adds credibility, and the coverage of different categories means there's something for everyone, from casual commuters to enthusiasts. For advocacy, I give them an A-. While their tone is polished and neutral, it can feel a bit less personal than rider-first advocates like Ms. Go Electric or Mike Fede. Still, their reviews provide the fact riders need. Final grade, an A. Electric Bike Journal is reliable, professional voice in the e-bike review space. Their media style approach balances the more personality-driven creators on this list, giving viewers a clean, trustworthy perspective. Next content creator, Area 13. Run by Kyle Chitok, is one of the longest standing e-bike channels on YouTube. Kyle isn't just a reviewer. He owns and operates a real e-bike shop out of California, which means he has direct, hands-on experience with the bike's parts and customer service side of the industry. His channel mixes reviews, repair guides, and industry insights, giving viewers a well-rounded perspective. While he has occasionally covered some French products like really high-powered seated scooters, his e-bike reviews are where he shines. His reputation comes from years of consistency, technical knowledge, and a clear commitment to helping riders. For transparency, Kyle gets an A+ because his whole approach is built on openness. He shows the good, the bad, and the ugly, and he's not afraid to dig into technical problems when they matter. For consistency, he gets an A. He's been active for well over a decade with a huge back catalog of e-bike content and steady uploads. For value, I give him an A+. Area 13 is more than just reviews. It's tutorials, troubleshooting, and in-depth explanations. Riders walk away not just knowing about a bike, but also how to maintain it and keep it running. For advocacy, I give Kyle an A. He's firmly rider first. Owning a shop gives him a rare perspective on what really holds up and what breaks down. And he shares that honesty with his audience. Next content creator, FunCentric. FunCentric is one of the rare channels that focuses on what really matters: long-term ownership. Their motto says it all, telling you what you don't want to hear, but what you need to hear. Instead of quick spins or hype reels, FunCentric digs into how e-bikes hold up over time, what breaks, and what companies aren't telling you. They're not monetized. They don't use affiliate links, and they aren't chasing sponsorships, which means their content is refreshingly free of bias. I couldn't find a precise start date, but they've been around long enough to build a back catalog and earn community trust. This no-nonsense approach has made them a respected voice among riders who are tired of being sold to and lied to. Transparency, A+. FunCentric doesn't hide anything. They point out weaknesses openly and lean into brutal honesty when needed. For consistency, B+. Uploads are not steady, but they're also not frequent as bigger channels. The trade-off is that when a video drops, you know it's been thought through and tested. For value, they get an A. Their focus on long-term ownership fills a gap almost no other reviewer covers. Riders walk away knowing not just how a bike rides today, but how it might perform a year from now. For advocacy, I'll give him an A+, because FunCentric puts riders first. Every video is made to protect viewers from wasting money or being misled. Final grade, A. FunCentric may not have the polish or posting volume of some larger channels, but their honesty and focus on the long-term riding experience make them one of the most valuable voices in the e-bike space. Next content creator, Electric Revolution. Electric Revolution has been around since 2014 and now reaches over 163,000 subscribers. The channel blends polished reviews with real-world ride coverage and community-minded videos, including giveaways. He covers both e-bikes, e-scooters, and even electric motorcycles, which gives viewers a wider look at the personal electric vehicle world. On top of YouTube, he runs a polished website, electricrevolutionreviews.com, which extends his reviews and adds another layer of credibility. I've met him in person, and he's a solid, genuine guy who brings passion and professionalism to everything he does. For transparency, I give him an A. He uses standard affiliate links, clearly routed through Linktree. No evidence of hidden sponsorships or hype tactics. For consistency, A+. Posting for nearly a decade with a massive catalog that covers mainstream brands like Electric and Rad, as well as some budget options. For value, A+. His production quality is top-notch. The website adds polish and depth, and his broad coverage makes the channel useful for both new and seasoned riders. For advocacy, I give him an A-. Generally rider first and community focused, though his coverage of budget brands means viewers should still apply a little extra scrutiny. For final grade, I give him an A. With nearly a decade of content, a very large following, and a polished website to match, Electric Revolution is one of the strongest and most professional channels in the e-bike space. Next on my list, Mike Fede. He's a creator with over 132,000 subscribers and a massive influence in the riding space. What I admire about Mike is his transparency. When he talks about his rides, his gear, what works and what doesn't, there is no over-compromise. You can tell he's speaking from real experience, and he's not afraid to be honest. He is so honest, guys. After I made my last video, he texted me to thank me for placing him in my trustworthy list. And he said, but I have to be honest. He's like, I don't only review class 3 e-bikes. I also review high-powered e-bikes. He said, like Teleria, like Aerial Rider. That alone earns him a spot in this list. His honesty, because the way he carries out with me, that's how he conducts himself with his reviews, with his people. He cares about his audience. So, okay, Teleria. So at least this is an electric motorcycle that is built to safely go at those higher speeds. Right? It's not like the Wired and the Escape and stuff that are built on bike components that can't handle 50 plus miles an hour safely. So that, and then he said Aerial Rider. Aerial Rider, I also support Aerial Rider because they go up to 60 volts. And he also said that he does not promote reckless riding. So yes, I am about high-powered bikes as long as they are not reckless. Use safety gear. Like e-bike components can handle safely up to 42 miles an hour. Even Aerial Rider is pushing it at the limit, 45 miles an hour. So yes, Mike Fede, you belong in this list, okay? So he's also incredibly consistent. He shows up with regular uploads and steady content. And you always know what you're gonna get from him. Quality, creativity, and authenticity. The value he delivers goes beyond just reviews or ride clips. He brings you insight, inspiration, and practical knowledge that riders at any level can actually use. He's not chasing empty hype. He's not screaming, 63 miles an hour on the Wire Predator. He's giving his viewers something that lasts. And finally, his advocacy shows in the way he represents the riding community. He also talks a lot about e-bike laws and regulations. He cares. He encourages people to push themselves, but do it responsibly. He uplifts the culture instead of feeding into reckless trends, what I just told you. That's why Mike Fede is one of the content creators I trust. He's got the audience, he's got the influence, but more importantly, he's got the integrity. So if you're looking for someone who consistently puts out content and is honest, Mike Fede is your guy. I give him an A. So there you have it, the 12 content creators I trust the most in this industry. Each one brings something different to the table, but the common thread? Honesty, consistency, and putting the rider first. These are the voices that actually deserve your time and your trust. Not hype, not fake reviews, real riders, real advocates. And before I wrap up, I want to give an honorary mention to Shreddy McSkate. I met him and his girlfriend at Electrified Expo LA, and they're genuine off camera as they are on. His channel is full of energy, ride footage, and pure stoke. No hype, just the joy of e-bikes. Definitely worth checking out. And guys, now I want to hear from you. which creators do you trust in this space? Drop your comments in the section below. All right, so the creators that didn't make it on my list, one, I don't know every channel, of course, right? There's too many channels, there's hundreds, right? So if somebody didn't make it, is for one of the two reasons. One, I don't know them, or two, because they are shady influencers that promote hype. They're greedy, they don't care about the industry, they don't care about the audience. Guys, thank you so much for coming along. I will be seeing you very soon back for another video. Please like if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and always remember, whatever you're doing, happy riding! Stay safe. Cha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.